Do we stay in it? Get out.
Well, let me be clear. I think this is a horrible deal. It was too narrow. It cut out things like missile support to proxies all over the country, all over the world, really. And one of the key things that it didn't deal with was the issue of hostages. There's currently a family that's being held there, an 81-year-old American UN worker, the Namazi family that actually the president tweeted about in the fall, that wasn't released as part of this deal, that's been horribly treated and actually just got a pacemaker yesterday that they won't release on humanitarian grounds. It's a terrible deal. That said, we've already given them the money as part of the deal. It's right now Tehran is buying the most advanced Russian weaponry in the world with that money that we released in case they back off of the agreement. But I'm in the camp right now of let's just enforce the hell out of it. And let's hold their feet to the fire, because I think if we walk away at this point, we're not going to have the Chinese, the Russians, the French, and the Germans.
Do you have faith that we can enforce the heck out of it?
Well,
I know Marie's going to tell me that we can, but do you believe that?
Well, I think we hold their feet to the fire as best we can, and as soon as they deny inspectors, as soon as they don't let us into the military sites that are currently excluded, as soon as they do something wrong, let's put it on Iran and not necessarily us.
1 second.
Yeah.
What about threats, though, against Israel? I want to go to Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, Prime Minister, and show you what he had to say about this. But, I mean, they have been the front line in terms of the threats from Iran. I mean, complete annihilation. Here's the Prime Minister.
Here at the UN, we must also speak the truth about Iran, as President Trump did so powerfully this morning. I've listened to countless speeches in this hall, but I can say this: none were bolder, none were more courageous and forthright than the one delivered by President Trump today. President Trump rightly called the nuclear deal with Iran, he called it an embarrassment. Well, I couldn't agree with him more.
So, Colonel, what I hear you saying is that we would actually have to come up with not just a backup plan, but we'd almost have to replace it with something.
That's right. And the key problem with the deal, which Secretary Tillerson called out yesterday, is that essentially all it did was kick the can down the road for 10 years. And the message that sent to the region, to the Turks, the Saudis, and everyone else, is we have 10 years to get our own bomb.